Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the next special event here. This is NRLOA Kickoff 2016. We are here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for 100 laps. And it's going to be a good one here. 32 drivers in the field representing each of the 32 teams in the National Football League. The NFL does not start their regular season until this coming Thursday, but today is the first big Saturday of college football. I love college football, but unfortunately there isn't an NCAA pack out there, so we're going to have to use the NFL cars here. But this is the first special event of, I guess you can say, the fall season. We got this one. We got the Great Pumpkin 500. It's going to be 500 this year coming up on Halloween. We got the Thanksgiving 500, one of my favorite special events, and then we got the Christmas 1000. It could have a different name by the time we get to it, but Kyle Busch just crashed. Awesome. I'm watching the Michigan race while doing this. Kind of don't have the time to record this afterwards, so I want to get this knocked out now. But anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here. As I said, 32 drivers representing 32 teams in the National Football League. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here. The starting lineup will roll on the bottom of your screen. It is the number 9 of Jonathan Skibnicki starting on the pole for this one. Alongside him, it's Tristan Allen in the number 30. Skibnicki with the Tennessee Titans car, Detroit Lions car, with Tristan Allen. We got ourselves the number 36 of Cody Sill, and the number 60, the defending champion of this race, Justin Roberts. That is the Los Angeles Rams in the number 36, and the New England Patriots in the number 60. We got Jacob Holmes in the number 13. That's the Philadelphia Eagles, and Kyle Danger in the 02. Both of those guys making their first ever start here on Napa Fan. Same goes for Cody Sill in the 36. We got Isaac Nichols in the 46. That's the San Francisco 49ers, and the Green Bay Packers is the number 19 of Cody Smart. We got the 28. I do believe the 28 is Tyler Already. I don't really have these names down too well yet. And the 31, the Dallas Cowboys, that's my favorite team in the NFL. That's Aiden Shepard in number 31 for this event. The 28 is the Cleveland Browns. Anyways, take a look at the rest of the starting lineup on the bottom of your screen. And we're ready to get this one started. The pace car is going to pull off. 32 drivers, 32 teams. Let's see who's going to win NRLOA Kickoff for 2016. And Skibnicki gets the run on the inside. Allen not getting the run on the outside too well there. Cody Sill, Jacob Holmes. That is not Jared Holmes, a 3-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in Season 3. Different driver there, but he's going to go for second place underneath the 36 of Cody Sill. But Skibnicki is going to stay out front in the number 9 for now. This is the Atlanta Motor Speedway at night. We held this race at the Texas Motor Speedway last year, but kind of near the end of that race, they kind of spread out too much and really didn't have much passing. Want to change that this year? Atlanta is the home to the Atlanta Falcons in the National Football League. I want to have this race in a city where there's a National Football League team. Next year, it could end up being Charlotte, possibly, home of the Carolina Panthers. We're just going to have to see. But Atlanta, a good racetrack. We get great racing here. There goes Isaac Nichols to the inside of Jacob Holmes for the lead. Here comes Tyler Already in the number 28 to the inside. I have no idea who's in any of these cars, really. Got the Indianapolis Colts car, the number 53. That is Dan Park. It's been a while since he's raced here on Napa Fan, but he's back into action. Driving to number 53 here in NRLOA Kickoff. Right behind him, it's Matt Tuck in the 74. Got Chespin Pokey in the number 6. I know some of these, but I don't know all of them. So my bad if I mess it up here a little bit. But anyways, there goes Matt Tuck to the inside of Dan Park for the lead. And the 74 is going to take it on lap 4 of 100. A 100-lap race here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. There will be pit stops, but they will not be as frequent as Chick-fil-A Cup Series races. So yeah, I think the fuel limit is going to be probably about maybe like 30-some laps around there. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be somewhere around there. There's the 59 of Luis Torres in his first ever Napa fan race. Driving the San Diego Chargers car, the number 59 on the inside. We got Jack Porkins in the 96. That's the Baltimore Ravens car. Of course, I am mentioning all the teams because not everybody watching this is going to know who's in what car. What team is, each car. So I like to let you guys know. Of course, most of us here in America probably know what the teams are. But for our non-American viewers who do not know, I like to let everybody know what the teams are on these cars. It's a New Orleans Saints Christian Master in the number 10. Got the number 14 right behind him. That's Sergio Larvin Alonso in the New York Jets car. The Oakland Raiders, number 15, Landon Martin in his first ever Napa fan start. He was going to move his way up, but he got stuck on the outside. When you get stuck on the outside here at Atlanta, you usually tend to fall back. That's Ryder Barnes in the New York Giants car, number 25 there. The Washington Redskins in the number 32. That is Chris Dodd. Got the number 8 right behind him. I know that's Blaine Keys in that car. That is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Arizona Cardinals are right behind them. Right behind him, I should say. I say the Kansas City Chiefs, I think them. I don't know. But the Arizona Cardinals, that's Jonathan King in his first ever Napa Fan start. So we got a lot of guys making their first ever start here on Napa Fan in this race. There's Marty Johnson in the Buffalo Bills machine, number 17 there on the inside. Cookie Helms in the number 76. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have the in the 32, Chris Dodd in the outside wall. Not sure what happened. He got stuck 4 wide on the outside. Are we crashing or is that just light? I think that was just light I saw. I thought I saw smoke, but I didn't. Chris Dodd with a problem in the number 32. Got into the outside wall and he's a little ways off the pack here. And even though this is an intermediate racetrack, pack racing still happens here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now, once we get our first set of pit stops, it will not be like that. They will spread out, and they'll be a lot more orderly. Well, it's actually kind of orderly right now, but still, we'll have less likely of a chance of crashing once the pit stops are done. The Miami Dolphins. That's Paul Minnick in his first ever Napa Fan start. When it comes to these special events, we get a lot of guys that make their first ever start on Napa Fan. We always do, every single time. But that's the Miami Dolphins there in the number 66. The Pittsburgh Steelers, that's Trey Bartow in the number 31? 33. Couldn't quite see the number there. The 93, the Carolina Panthers, that is Davey Johnson. We got the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, they're my favorite team in the NFL. Don't really care about the NFL that much, but if the Cowboys were ever to do good, I definitely watch it a lot more. But that is Aiden Shepard in the number 31 taking the lead. Here comes Max Newirth and the Minnesota Vikings machine, number 61. Newirth to the inside for the lead. Here comes the 26. That is Andrew Ivers in the Chicago Bears machine. Got the Cincinnati Bengals in the 68. That's Nathan Stapleton. That's Cody Smart in the Green Bay Packers, number 19. And this race is at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. There's the Atlanta Falcons machine, the number 12 of William Brock in the middle of these guys here. Here comes Justin Roberts in the New England Patriots machine. Sorry if it's kind of annoying that I keep on mentioning the teams of all these cars, but just want our non-American viewers to know what the teams are, in case they're wondering. Anyways, there goes Cody Smart to the inside of Nathan Stapleton for the lead. Smart's going to lead lap 13. We've been caution-free so far in this one. We did have Chris Dodd with that issue earlier, and he is about to get lapped here. Look at where he is. He is down the back straightaway while these guys are coming at it turn number 2. These guys are going to catch up to Chris Dodd pretty fast here. The number 28, that is Tyler O'Riddy. Here comes Jonathan Skimnicki, the pole sitter. Back up to the lead, and in 14 laps he goes from the lead to the back to the front again. So that's how fast you can move your way through the field here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, especially when we're in this pack. There goes Tristan Allen, the outside pole sitter, taking the lead away from Jonathan Skimnicki there. Here comes Jack Porkins in the 96 to the inside of Tristan Allen for the lead. At the Indianapolis Colts car, Dan Park here as well. The 15 of Landon Martin He's also in this mix here in his first ever Napa fan start. He's going to go 3 wide to the inside. That is Landon Martin. Yep, just wanted to make sure. Jessamine Pokey in the 6. And I am saying your name right, by the way. He's going to get a run to the inside of Landon Martin for the lead. Christian Master right behind him. Kyle Danger in the 02. And Noah Cars in the number 21. Really don't have many guys who were in this race last year. Noah Cars is one of them who was in this race last year. Can't really remember who else was. I'm pretty sure Tristan Allen was. And of course I know Justin Roberts was. I can't really remember who was even in this race last year, so I really don't know which of these guys are returning from last season in this race. But anyways, there goes Noah Cars to the inside of Christian Master for the lead. Here comes San Diego Chargers car. That is Luis Torres in the 59. He's got the 25 right behind him. Forget who that is. Ryder Barnes in the 25. I hate these special events. I never know who's in any of the cars. Takes me a couple of races to get used to who's in what car. We only do one race when it comes to these special events, so yeah, I tell you. Got Jacob Holmes there in the 13. I'll eventually get to it by the end of the race here, but still, kind of hard for me to remember. There goes Blaine Key to the inside there. He's going to... Oh, no! Somebody's around! And we got our first crash. In the wall hard! That's Davey Johnson, Cody Sill, Cookie Helms, the Cardinals car. Jonathan King's involved. Jonathan Skivnicki also involved in the number 9. And that's Tristan Allen in the 30. The 2 guys who started on the front row involved in this one. My, oh my. Well, it was bound to happen eventually at a place like this. You're going to crash. Ryder Barnes out front in the number 25. And we're probably going to have our first set of pit stops for this one on lap 20 of 100. So a fifth of the way through this race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're going to come down the pit lane for our first set of pit stops today. And this is going to shake some things up here. We'll see if there's any strategy for these guys. If some guys decide to take 2 tires while others decide to take 4. We're just going to have to see. We're going to follow with Ryder Barnes, who was the leader coming down the pit lane. And we'll see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. You see Chris Dodd, I think he was already down the pit lane as he was on the tail end of the lead lap there. So he might be starting on the tail end of the lead lap for this restart. We're just going to have to see. There's Ryder Barnes exiting his pit stall. You see Blaine Keys not too far behind him. We'll see if anybody else is able to beat him. Matt Tuck trying to do so. Will that 74 be able to do it? No, it's going to be Barnes who wins the race off the pit lane. He's going to be restarting first when we restart here in the NRLOA Kickoff 2016. But first, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is where it happens. Cody Sill, they're going 4 wide, entering turn number 1. And Davey Johnson gets into Cody Sill there. And they spin around and they go up. Right into Jack Porkins, Cookie Helms. I think that's the number. I can't remember what the numbers of these cars are. That's the 98 of Jonathan King involved. Somebody else also around, that's Jonathan Skivnicki in the 9. Tristan Allen in the 30. A really tough fit for a lot of those guys. And the thing about this is a special event, so one time they get to race in this race and they crash and it's done. It's not like we got another race in the season. Tough break for these guys involved in this one. Let's go ahead and replay it in real time. Tough break for Cody Sill, whose driver Larry Ike got 2 wins in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's Cody Sill's first start here on Napa Fan, and not really the best of starts for him in that number 36. A tough break, especially for our pole sitter, Jonathan Skivnicki, and our outside pole sitter, Tristan Allen. They're getting involved in this one, and it looks like their days are going to be done here. That front end damage, they're not going to be able to continue. Jonathan King in the 98 in his first ever start, he was involved. Davey Johnson involved. Tough break for all these guys involved in this one, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. I think Jack Porkins is going to continue even though he has that rear end damage and that right side damage, but I think he's going to be able to continue here in this one. But anyways, Ryder Barnes won the race off of the pit lane, and he is going to restart in first place when we restart right here at Atlanta for the NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Back here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the special event in September, the NRLOA Kickoff, the football-themed special race. And it's the New York Giants car. Ryder Barnes leading the field. We got the Seattle Seahawks car of I almost said NOAA Cars, and you probably know why I did, of Matt Tuck in the 74. He is running in second place. Blaine Keys, that's Isaac Nichols in the 46, and the 10 of Christian Master round out the top 5. Guys getting knocked out in this one. 76, that was Cookie Helms in the Tampa Bay car. The 9 of Jonathan Skivnicki, I think the 98. Jonathan King also out. The 30 of Tristan Allen, and the 32 of... I don't think that was Davey Johnson. I forget who the 32 is. Oh, that's Chris Dodd. He's still in the race. An idiot. I'm sorry. There's Chris Dodd in the 32. I'm like, who's the 32? I don't remember a 32 getting involved in that crash. It was Chris Dodd who got into the outside wall earlier and fell back. He's 2 laps down now in the 32. Tough break for Chris Dodd. Been a while since he's raced here on Napa Fan, and it doesn't look too good for him in this one. Tough break for him there. But Ryder Barnes continuing to lead in the number 25. Here comes Christian Master in the 10. He's going to get to the inside of Isaac Nichols. Here comes Chessman Pokey in the 6. Do believe this is his first ever start as well. I recorded the qualifying already for the sports car championship race at Riverside. I haven't recorded the official race yet, but I think I say in that race that the guys like Chessman Pokey are making their first ever starts, but I was forgetting this race, and the same goes for Jacob Holmes as well. He also is in the Kubota Sports Car Championship, and this is his first ever start as well. The Philadelphia Eagles car, my least favorite team, but a lot of my friends are Eagles fans because I live in Eagles country. I'm a Cowboys fan in Eagles country. I'm proud of it too. Anyways, here comes the 66. That is Paul Minnick. It is first ever start here on Napa Fan. Right behind him, it's NOAA Cars in the 21. Kyle Danger on this inside. And the thing that caution does, it groups these guys back up again, which means that we're going to have more of a possibility of another crash later on in this one. If this race were to go green the whole way through, these guys would spread out and we'd have a less likely possibility of crashing again. But these guys are all back in the pack, and we're going to have a lot of passing for the lead until the next set of pit stops or the next caution in this one. Anyways, there goes the 26 to the lead. Andrew Ivers in that car. Aiden Shepard in the 31. Sorry I keep on having to do that. I don't have the names down yet. And a lot of the names in this race are newer names. They're not like, oh no! And in the wall goes the 26, the 02. They did not crash officially, however. Oh my goodness. That could have been big there, but they did avoid a major incident there. You see Kyle Danger in the 02. That's the Houston Texans car. He's slow there. The 26 of Ivers got into the outside wall. I think Ryder Barnes might have gotten a piece of it. And that's actually going to split the pack up a little bit here. It's going to spread these guys out. Max Neuwirth out front. Now that is a classic name on Napa Fan. That's one I can remember. Maybe not Seth Cole, because he gets it mixed up with Elijah Gordon, as I so heard. But don't worry, I'm not going to get Max Neuwirth and Elijah Gordon mixed up. I've been working with those names for almost 2 years now. But Neuwirth leading the field in the Minnesota Vikings car. And I was watching the race, but it went out on my phone, and I got a preseason game on as well. Got the best of both worlds. And kind of what we're doing here. But anyways, the 61 leading the field. Here comes Jacob Holmes to the inside of Max Neuwirth. But they're going to get into the 93 of Davey Johnson, and they still didn't crash again. There goes NOAA Cars to the lead. Max Neuwirth got into the 93 of Davey Johnson, and that could have been big. The second time in this green flag run, we should have had a big crash, but we didn't. That 93, I don't know the numbers, I only know the teams. I'm sorry about that. But that 93 should have gone around, but he didn't. Anyways, NOAA Cars now out front. It's Cody Smart, Jacob Holmes, Trey Bartow, and Max Newell. They got a lot of good drivers here in the top 5. Jacob Holmes, the only true rookie in the field, in this top 5, I should say. But Cody Smart, he was a Final Four driver. Trey Bartow was also a Final Four driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. NOAA Cars, you know, he's a veteran. And Max Newell, he's been running here forever on Napa Fan. So all these guys, veteran drivers, running up front in this one. But Jacob Holmes, the odd man out here in the number 13. We'll see what he can do. But it's a 5-car breakaway here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. There goes Cody Smart to the inside of NOAA Cars. Got this pack back in here. That's Paul Minnick in the 66. You got the 68 here on the inside. That's Nathan Stapleton. Got Blaine Keys, Isaac Nichols. Chris Dodd 2 laps down in the 32. There's the 53, I do believe. Dan Park, I think. Yeah, 53. I can't even read the numbers. Christian Master, Ryder Barnes, Luis Torres, Aiden Shepard, Justin Roberts, William Brock's in that car, Matt Tuck. These guys have kind of fell back through all those mix-ups earlier. There's Landon Martin in the 15, Marty Johnson, the 14 here of Joe Larvin Alonso, Tyler O'Riddy, Chessman Pokey, Kyle Danger, Andrew Ivers. That is Jack Porkins. That's Cody Sill, Davey Johnson. I got it. I've memorized all the cars now. Took me only 36 laps to do it, but I finally figured it out. Anyways, the 21 leading the field, that is NOAA Cars in the Denver Broncos machine, the Super Bowl champions. And got the 19 here of Cody Smart in the Green Bay Packers machine. Now, since these guys have gotten single file up here, it's getting much harder to pass. And NOAA Cars has a little bit of an advantage because of that in the number 21. Because these guys are going single file the way they are, it's a lot harder to pass. We saw this in the Aero Electric Pro Series back in April at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway night version. When they got single file, they could not pass at all. It was impossible. But here, it's a little bit more possible than it was in that race. And you see the 13 takes second away from Cody Smart. He has his eyes set on the 21. Here comes Max Newell for third. Smart stuck on the outside now as these guys start the bunch back up. Nathan Stapleton in the 68 here. And here comes Dan Park in the 53. Ryder Barnes, Luis Torres, and the 8 of Blaine Keys up here as well. Blaine Keys, I really want to see this guy get a win here soon. I tell you, it has been, of course, when this race is going up, it's basically been 14 months since he's gotten his last win here on Napa Fan. That came in the Aero Electric Pro Series at Talladega in season number 1. We don't even have the Aero Electric Pro Series anymore. And that was season 1 of that series. That was a long time ago. Davey Johnson's going to get in the way again. It wasn't that long ago when he got into these guys. And NOAA Cars is really cutting it close here with the 60 or 93. I'm sorry, I can't get these numbers straight. I can't even see them. The 93 there. But Davey Johnson really slow on the racetrack. And this is actually going to bring these guys back together. You see Matt Tuck, William Brock. A lot of these guys, they were kind of straggling along in the back of the pack earlier. They have pretty much caught on to this pack as Ryder Barnes goes for the lead. Underneath of Dan Park now as they have gotten around NOAA Cars. Not even halfway through this one here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Luis Torres in his first ever race. That's some pretty good drivers who have gotten their first win in their first start. Jesse Turner's technically one of them in the number 43 over there in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. You got your name alongside Jesse Turner, you're pretty good. But Cookie Helms is another guy. He's already out of this race, but Cookie Helms not only won his first race, but he won his second race as well. Won in his first 2 starts. Thing about Cookie Helms, his first ever start here on Napa Fan was the NRLOA Big 1-2. That's a big race, and he won it. Wolfgang Stone is also another guy who has won in his first 2 starts. Wolfgang Stone won the Great Pumpkin 250 last season, and the opening race in the ARCA Series. Luis Torres, a guy trying to win his first ever start. Paul Minnick in the 66 as well. There are a couple of guys running in this pack. Jacob Holmes, another guy. I don't think Isaac Nichols has made a start here before. I could possibly. I think I am right, though. I'm pretty sure it was his first ever start here. Like I said, I did the qualifying session. I haven't done the race yet, recorded the race yet, but I've done the qualifying session, recorded the qualifying session for the Kubota Sports Car Championship at Riverside, and I'm pretty sure Nichols is in that series, and I think that might be why I'm thinking he has already made his start here on this channel. But officially, I do believe this is Isaac Nichols' first start. Matt Tuck led that lap. There goes William Brock to the inside for the lead. Jacob Holmes moving his way back up in the 13. Isaac Nichols pushing him on the inside. He's to the inside of Blaine Keys there. Nichols is going to take second away from these guys. Chris Dodd, he's 2 laps down here. Just to let you guys know in that 32. But it's possible he could get those laps back. If a caution were to happen to come out and he was in front of the leader, he would get 1 lap back. And then he'd have to have another caution to get a second lap back to get back on the lead lap. But it's still possible for Chris Dodd here in the 32. William Brock in the number 12 leading the field right now. Nathan Stapleton, Landon Martin here in the field moving their way up. Noah Cars in the 21. I know Noah Cars really wanted the Seahawks car, but Matt Tuck took it there. But he told me this is his favorite team in the AFC, so that's good there. Glad you got it. William Brock in the number 12 leading the field still as these guys go 3 wide for second. All the battling for second place is allowing the 12 to pull away a little bit. We got Dan Park here in the number 53 to the inside of Noah Cars. They're 3 wide once again for second place. You see William Brock here, you almost don't think he's part of this pack because he's kind of split away from it quite a bit here. But these guys, if they keep on going double file like this, it's going to be hard for them to get to William Brock before they head down the pit lane for pit stops. Dan Park is going to be able to catch up to the 12, but we're going to catch up to Davey Johnson again. This is going to get crazy into turn number 1. Blaine Keys held up Matt Tuck. Oh boy, they almost got into each other there between Keys and Smart. And Davey Johnson's going to split this pack up once again. Davey Johnson's really getting in the way of these guys. He's messing with these guys a lot. Messing with these guys, I'm so sorry. That is terrible. That's just terrible. You should not have heard that one. Anyways, pit stops are beginning. About halfway here in the NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Dan Park leads the field down the first cycle here in the second round of pit stops. Guys who stayed out include Cody Sill, Noah Cars, Jacob Holmes, Landon Martin, Luis Torres stayed out, so did Noah Cars. Or, sorry, that's Matt Tuck. I'm sorry. It's going to be hard for me to get used to that. Noah Cars was in that car last season for NRLOA Kickoff. I see Isaac Nichols, Chespin Pokey, and that's Sergio Larvin Alonso in the 14. Anyways, the frame rate always drops tremendously when we're following the guys on the pit lane. I really don't know why. Anyways, William Brock and the 10 of Christian Master, I do believe that's a damage glitch there because we do have Davey Johnson running around on the racetrack with true damage to his race car. But the 12 of William Brock out front right now. I'm trying to think, did he win a special event lately or... I don't think he did. His first race here on NAPA was a special event in the Great Pumpkin 250 last year, so that might be why I'm thinking he won one, but he actually didn't. Anyways, these are they're not going to be the leaders quite yet, as Cody Sill on the 36. Is he still on the lead lap? Yeah, he's still on the lead lap, I do believe, but he was involved in that. No, he was. Oh, yeah, he was. He was involved in that crash. Remember, he was involved in that crash that brought out the first caution and the only caution so far in this race. And I do believe he is on the lead lap here, but we're just going to have to see Christian Master and William Brock pulling out from the rest of these guys here. And it's looking good for the 10 and the 12 right now. There is Noah Cars in the 21. He is running in third. Kyle Danger in his first ever Napa Fan race. He is running in fourth, but he's got Landon Martin in his first ever Napa Fan race going from fourth to the inside of him. How about Justin Roberts in the 60? He's moving his way up in that car. Oh, no. There's Cody Sill in the 36. He is not on the lead lap, I do believe. He is in the 36, and it is showing the 36 a lap down. So Cody Sill is not on the lead lap, unfortunately. Tough break for him. But it does appear that these guys are going to bunch back up and close back up to William Brock and Christian Master. But we're just going to have to see. It's going to take them a little bit to do it, but not that long because these guys are going single file while these guys are going double wide. Noah Cars is coming fast on these guys here. Landon Martin, Kyle Danger. Jack Porkins is going to go a lap down here in the 96. Blaine Keys is on the lead lap. Justin Roberts and Dan Park all on the lead lap here. Justin Roberts trying to win this race for 2 years in a row in the New England Patriots car. I have Tom Brady on the fantasy team. I think I'm going to be doing some good stuff over there. But anyways, we got the 12. William Brock leading the field. Swapping places here with Christian Master for the lead. These guys are closing up on Trey Bartow. Bartow is on the tail end of the lead lap. I do not exactly know what happened to him in the number 33, but it looks like he's going to go a lap down here. And that is going to leave, once Bartow goes a lap down, only 21 guys on the lead lap. Aiden Shepard also pretty deep in the field there in the 31. I think both of those guys were caught up in that almost crash earlier on in this green flag run, if you remember. These guys almost went around and they kind of got caught back and they fell back. And Bartow's going to go a lap down there in the 33. Tough break for him. Landon Martin taking the lead. Kyle Danger running in second, but here comes Blaine Keys, a veteran driver that almost has just as few wins as those guys he's battling with. He has 1 win on Napa Fan. He wants to make it 2 here today after 14 months without a win. He's got a good shot. We're just going to have to see. There goes Dan Park to the inside for the lead. Here comes Noah Cars for second. William Brock, Christian Master still in this pack. I think Trey Bartow's car is fine. I think he's going to run with these guys. But we got ourselves a pretty big pack now. Lewis Torres, Jacob Holmes trying to close up to these guys here. There's Ryder Barnes. Nathan Stapleton, Max Neworth have fallen off the pack here. So have Noah, my goodness, if I had $1 for every time I've done this today. Matt Tuck in the 74. Chessman Pokey. Got Marty Johnson. There's Irvin Alonso and Cody Smart in this pack. And the Browns car of Tyler already back in there as well. The 66 Paul Minnick is 11.62 seconds behind in 20th. The 26 I do believe is a lap down. Remember, Andrew Ivers had that problem there as he almost crashed earlier on in this green flag run. Davey Johnson's been a pain all day long for these guys. And that 93 getting in the way of the leaders a lot in this one. He's already 4 laps down. He's going to go 5 laps down here soon, as the leader is now Dan Park in the number 53. Here comes the 10 Christian Master. The inside lane's going to be held up by Davey Johnson this time. And the Saints and the Panthers are rivals in football, so that's not good there. Lane Key's going to get around him. Now Davey Johnson holding up the outside as these guys did get around Aiden Shepard. Shepard's now a lap down in the 31. Justin Roberts still on the lead lap. This is going to close up Jacob Holmes and Lewis Torres, so good job for those guys. They're going to close up a little bit closer to the leaders, but it's a 2-car breakaway right now between William Brock and Dan Park. A couple of Toyotas. That's a common thing in NASCAR if you didn't already know. The 12 to the inside of the 53, William Brock. Brock's been one of the more dominant drivers so far in this race. Dan Park trying to be one of those dominant drivers. We're on lap 63 now of 100. Not going to be it's not going to be a 2-car battle for too long. Here comes Landon Martin. Bartow's a lap down. Blaine Keys on the inside here. Kyle Danger, Christian Master, Luis Torres, Noah Cars, Jacob Holmes. And Justin Roberts is going to close back up to these guys as well. I do believe Aiden Shepard might have a problem, a slight problem on that 31. Might not be going as fast as the rest of these guys. That's kind of how our season's going for the Dallas Cowboys. We're not really doing too well. Lost our quarterback, but it's not too good. Nathan Stapleton, Matt Tuck. I got it right this time. Herjo Larvin Alonso. It's Chessman Pokey. They're all on the inside here. Neuwirth, I do believe, still on the lead lap with these guys here, but I think these guys, they're going to need a caution if they're going to catch back up to the leaders. And we've seen that happen here at races at Atlanta before. I do believe it was season 4. I think the winner of that race was Garrett Zenor. Initially, we had a late caution in the Cup race here in Season 4 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We had about, I guess you could say, a group of cars about this size leading. The winner of the race, Garrett Zenor, was not in the lead pack. We had a late caution. Zenor was able to move his way through the field. I think it was actually midway through the race, actually. But still, those guys back in there that are not part of this lead pack, they still have a good chance of winning if they get a caution. They need a caution, though, if they want to catch up to the leaders. At least I think. They could possibly go single file. I mean, look at the way these guys are racing 3 wide and whatnot. That's slowing them down. And if these guys can go single file, and they are doing a decent job at it, then they can catch up to this pack. And we got a caution, so never mind. They're not going to have to catch up. Our second caution of NRLOA Kickoff 2016 has occurred, and Davey Johnson finally got spun around by somebody. That guy was really getting in the way there, and that number 93. A tough break for Davey Johnson. After getting involved in that first crash, he was slow on the racetrack and getting in the way of everybody, and I think somebody just finally had enough of it. They were actually racing back to the line there. These guys better be careful as they slow down on the cool-down lap. Oh, boy, that's close there between Master and Johnson. But Dan Park wins the race back to the line. Jacob Holmes, in his first ever Napa Fan race, is running in second. Christian Master is third. I think only 3 guys took the green flag, took lap number 67 before the caution came back out. Anyways, gonna have ourselves the third round of pit stops in this race. We did have one under green there under that stint. But here we go. Dan Park leading the field down the pit lane, and this is where strategy can come in. At this point, I do believe it's possible that you can make it to the end of the race without stopping again. But I'm not 100% sure. This might be right around the time where some guys may be able to make it to the end, and some guys might not be able to make it to the end. We're just going to have to see. Oh, nuts. Something happened to Alex Bowman in the Michigan race. Oh, great. Chase Elliott second. Mood swing. I really wanted Bowman to do a good job. I mean, this whole weekend's been fantastic for racing. Michael McDowell wins his first ever race in NASCAR. Brett Moffitt wins his first ever race in NASCAR. My favorite IndyCar driver, Graham Rahal, won at Texas. I know a lot of you guys like Hinchcliffe, but I like Rahal. And I was so glad he won the race in Texas. That was awesome. I want Elliott to win this race. I kind of wanted Bowman to win, because if Bowman were to have won this Michigan race here, that would be 3 winners, not only getting their first win in the series they're running in, but their first win in NASCAR altogether. That's pretty cool right there. But if we get Chase Elliott to win this race, I'm happy. Anyways, I do believe this guy won the race off the pit lane, and we had a lot of strategy there on the pit lane. I do believe Ivers is on the tail end of the lead lap, but I do believe Landon Martin in the Oakland Raiders car in the number 15 leads the field. We're going to go ahead and see these guys cross the line to complete lap 69 to see if it cycles through as the 15 being the leader. And it does. Alonso, Herjo Larvin Alonso running in second. That is Matt Tuck running in third. Jacob Holmes and Christian Master, the top 5 off the pit lane. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second caution here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. So what happened here, Davey Johnson, Paul Minnick. And of course you see Johnson going really slow. Minnick trying to get around him on the outside, exiting 2. And Johnson gets into him. And Minnick's the rookie here, but Johnson made the mistake on that one. And tough break for Paul Minnick in his first ever start as well. Rookie's not really getting good runs here, unfortunately. I mean, some of them aren't. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But Davey Johnson, a bad day, just gone worse for that 93. And I think it's about time to take that Carolina Panthers car in the garage. Don't think you're going to get much more out of that one. Another thing, too, this is a special event. It's not like there are any points on the line for Davey Johnson to grab in this one, so there really isn't any point of running out there. The only reason why you run a special event is to win, nothing else. The special events are championships within themselves, and it's like a one-race championship, and that's why the races are as long as they are. Got a 100-lap race. That's twice as long as a normal race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But anyways, Davey Johnson going around there in the 93. Tough break for him. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Dan Park won the race back to the line, but we had some interesting strategy there, and Landon Martin won the race off the pit road. Let's go ahead and get to the restart here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. I almost said 2. I mean, this is the second one, but the official race is NRLOA Kickoff 2016. So yeah, let's get to the restart. Back here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for NRLOA Kickoff 2016, the special event of September, the football-themed special event. We got the 32 teams in the NFL, all represented on 32 NASCAR stock cars here. And you guys driving them here. Landon Martin leading the field in his first ever start. You see the 26, that's the position the 26 is in, Andrew Ivers. Leading quite a few lap-down cars on the inside lane there. Look at them. I think we got 8 on the inside there. Joe Larvin Alonso second. Matt Tuck is third. Jacob Holmes, Christian Master. That's Dan Park, Noah Cars, Marty Johnson, Blaine Keys, and the past winner of this race, the 2015 winner of this race, Justin Roberts. He's been quiet, but he's running in the top 10. The good thing about this, those slow cars are starting on the inside lane. And slow cars meaning Davey Johnson in the 93 there. Because he's going really slow. But the interesting thing here, those other guys are running just as fast as our leaders here. And that's not good for Landon Martin in the number 15. Because here comes Christian Master to the inside. That 15 is going to get put 3 wide on the outside. And Master is going to take the lead away from him. So from 5th to 1st in 1 lap for Christian Master because of the lap traffic. Master is going to lead lap 73, 72. That was lap 72 that they were completing. Anyways, Dan Park right behind him. Marty Johnson out of nowhere running in 3rd place now in the number 17. This guy won Throwback. He won NRLOA Throwback. And that was a special event there. This guy, especially at Darlington, he's pretty good at Darlington. But still, this guy knows how to win a special event. A long special event. And even though he really hasn't been running up front for this one, he was running in that second pack and the caution came out. Got some good pit strategy and got his way up front. He's now leading the field here at Atlanta. But Blaine Keys wants this thing as much as Marty Johnson. I think he wants it more than anybody in the number 8. Blaine Keys, he came so close to winning at Talladega in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series a couple weeks ago. He just couldn't do it, unfortunately, as lap traffic got in the way. That might be the case here today for this one, as you got Davey Johnson still running out there on the racetrack. But there it goes. Noah Cars to the lead. Luis Torres in the 59. You got the 13 here of Jacob Holmes. There's Matt Tuck in the 74. You know, the reason why I keep on thinking this is Noah Cars is because Noah Cars' Chick-fil-A Cup Series car had the Seattle Seahawks logo on it already. And that's what I keep on thinking it is. But this is not the car Noah Cars drove in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It's a totally different machine. I should have just given it to Noah Cars, but oh well. Noah Cars is in this race anyway, and he's running up front with the other car I know Noah Cars wanted. But Matt Tuck's driving it instead in the number 74. Luis Torres leading the field in the 59. There goes the 13. Jacob Holmes to the inside for the lead. Landon Martin in the 15. He started first. Kind of fell back as that lap traffic got him caught on the outside. But there he goes to the inside for second place. This race is closing in here. We're almost done here. We got about 24 laps to go here at Atlanta. And there's not really much time left. If you're not in the lead pack right now, I don't think you're going to get this win. Only unless, of course, we get another caution. If we get another caution, those guys in the back could possibly move their way up. Of course, a lot of these guys, you got Cody Smart, Isaac Nichols, Chessman Pokey, Ryder Barnes, Nathan Stapleton, Max Newirth, and Tyler O'Riddy. All those guys, they're running just fine, but I think they got caught behind Davey Johnson a little bit too much, and they lost the draft of these guys. So they're going to need a caution if they want to get back up into this lead pack and possibly get the win. And they might get one with these guys racing the way they are. Landon Martin almost went 4 wide to the outside. You got Matt Tuck in the middle of all that there in the 74. There goes Marty Johnson, clearing those guys. Martin is falling back in that 15. But just as fast as he'll fall back, he might get back up front just as quickly. But Davey Johnson's going to play with things here. He's going to get into Matt Tuck. Get in the way of Matt Tuck, I should say. I don't know if Kyle Danger's on the lead lap. I do not believe he is. He's a lap down in the 0-2. But Matt Tuck's on the lead lap. Lewis Torres is on the lead lap. Torres was leading just a moment ago. He got stuck behind Davey Johnson, and he's falling back in that 59. And these three guys are going to have to rely on this pack here as Chris Dye clears Davey Johnson. We're going to follow with this 93 here. Remember what happened under that second caution. Paul Minnick tried to get to the outside of him, and it did not work. You might see that out of one of these guys here. They're going to go to the inside of him here, but they're still getting held up by this slow number 93. Tough break for all those guys getting stuck behind him. Anyways, to the lead, Christian Master leading the field in number 10 with now 19 laps to go here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Blaine Keys is second. Alonzo is a special event winner, the Thanksgiving 500 winner for 2015. He knows what he's doing out here in the 14. Pretty good driver there. I think he has 9 wins here on Napa Fan. He might be the winningest driver in this pack. Marty Johnson in the 17. He's a very experienced driver. He's going to get to the inside of Dan Burke for third. Blaine Keys to the lead underneath of Christian Master. And Keys, I think he's the guy I want to root for here. Of course, I want all you guys to win, but Blaine Keys especially, it's been 14 months since he's won a race here on Napa Fan. That is absolutely pathetic. Of course, he was not in Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 3, I do believe, or season 2. And he doesn't race as often as the rest of these guys, but he's still been racing pretty much, you know, he's been racing in something ever since he got that win in the Air Electric Pro Series. Pretty much. I could be wrong about that. But still, this 8 wants to get this win here in this special event at the Atlanta Motor Speedway NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Might just go to Blaine Keys. We're just going to have to see Dan Park, Alonzo, William Brock on the inside here. Jacob Holmes. I almost said Jacob Reed. My goodness, what is my problem? Jacob Holmes, and then number 13. We're getting so many names here. I'm just getting them mixed up now. I mean, we've had like 200 different drivers here on Napa Fan. I can't get them all straight, you know that? I mean, this is one guy we're talking about here. It's not like we have a whole production crew that knows, and you know, they know this group here and they know that group. I'm the one guy, one brain here, doing this whole thing myself. And I think I'm doing a good job considering that it's only one brain memorizing all of this. Anyways, I keep on seeing, I'm watching the race on my phone, I keep on seeing these ads for that first game on Thursday night, and I'm really looking forward to it. Super Bowl rematch. That'll be the Carolina Panthers, Davey Johnson in that car, and Noah Carr's in the Denver Broncos car, and the number 21 there. I like football just as much as I like NASCAR. But it's a lot more fun to have a simulated NASCAR race than a simulated football game. As fun as it is to play Madden, it's more fun to do these races for you guys. Anyways, Jacob Holmes to the inside there. He's going to take the lead away from Blaine Keys, Dan Park, Aaron Jalarvin Alonzo, Noah Carr's, Matt Tuck. A lot of good drivers running up front here. Dan Park's going to be in NRLOA IROC this coming season, as he won the championship in Season 1 of the NRLOA DC Talk Cup Series. Now, Tyler Selfman's going to be in that only unless he does not want to be, just to let you guys know. And we had a problem there with Davey Johnson once again. And Jacob Holmes pulling away from the rest of these guys in the number 13 in his first ever start here on Napa Fan. Will he be able to get it done? I don't think so. These guys are going to get the draft working for him in that single file line, and they're going to catch up to this 13 really fast. There goes Noah Cars to the inside of Dan Park. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be between the 21 and the 74 for this one. They're going to be side by side. I don't know who's going to win. I'm not going to make that prediction, but it's going to be the 21 and the 74 side by side. Noah Cars' two favorite teams, I think. Excuse me there. But Noah Cars wanted that 74. I gave him the 21. I was going to have to see what happens. I need a little more water there. Anyways, a 13. Leading the field, that's Jacob Holmes, but here comes Noah Cars to the inside. Where'd he come from? Marty Johnson back up in the mix. So is Luis Torres and Christian Master. They're joining these guys here in this pack. And I think we'll have some more guys soon. You got Landon Martin here in the 15. Alonzo, Justin Roberts, William Brock. They're also going to join these guys as well. There goes Master 3 wide. It's 10 laps to go. Coming on 9 laps to go here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. Noah Cars leading the field in the number 21. Jacob Holmes right behind him in his first ever start. Luis Torres in his first ever start. Both of these guys trying to win their first ever race in their first ever start. And join the ranks of Cookie Helms, Wolfgang Stone, and the legend Jesse Turner. There goes the 13 to the inside of the 21. Jacob Holmes trying to get around the 21 of Noah Cars for the lead. Not quite able to do it yet, but he's going to get it in turn number 1. There goes the 53. That's Dan Park to the inside of Noah Cars for second. Christian Masters here. These guys are coming. These guys might be able to get... A lot of these guys are a lap down. You got Andrew Ivers there in the 26. And then you got Kyle Danger, Trey Bartow. They're a lap down. But these guys back in here might still have a shot as this pack closes in. But how fast are they going to catch up to Davey Johnson again? I don't think it's going to be too long. I think we're going to catch up to Davey Johnson again before this race ends. Jacob Holmes back up front in the number 13. Dan Park right behind him. Christian Master, Noah Cars, and the 17 of Marty Johnson to the inside here. To the inside of the 59 of Luis Torres. That's for 5th. For the lead, Dan Park. Now Christian Master making it 3 wide. The 10 gets to the inside of Jacob Holmes. Dan Park takes the lead in the 53. It's going to be 5 laps to go when we cross the line next time by here at Atlanta. Who's going to get it done in the NRLOA Kickoff race? Dan Park leads it with 5 to go here at Atlanta. There goes the 10 of Christian Master, Noah Cars, Luis Torres, Marty Johnson. Johnson's the dark horse in this one. No doubt that 17's got something under his sleeve. We're just going to have to see. There goes Noah Cars. Oh boy, things are going to get really interesting here. Remember the last... Oh no, and in the wall, Matt Tuck, it's over. Noah Cars in the 21 leads it at the yellow flag to end it. And just like that, it ends. Just like that. It was Matt Tuck. He went to the outside wall hard. You see Blaine Keys in the 8 with damage. That's Tyler already. In the outside wall, Max Neuwirth with damage. And as pit stops were beginning now, here's a very interesting thing. These guys are going to come in. Oh my goodness. Hey, remember what I said? Marty Johnson has something up his sleeve. He really did, I tell you. Did he win the race off, or was it somebody? It's Alonzo! It's going to be Herjo Larvin Alonzo who wins this race, you know that? Alonzo is going to win this... What's going on? Dan Park stayed out. It's going to be Dan Park who wins this race. My, oh my. You gotta love it, don't you? Talk about a wacky finish to this one. This thing will definitely not be able to restart. But how about Dan Park? He's going to get it. here in the number 53 in NRLOA Kickoff 2016 that there's no point in coming in. Only unless those guys can't make it under caution. That might be why NOAA Cars came in there. Because I don't think, yeah, I mean, they were coming in the pit there. I don't know if even Dan Park can make it to the end without coming in again. We're just going to have to see. But what a wild and wacky way to end NRLOA Kickoff 2016. That one's going to be a little memorable there. Matt Tuck hard into the outside wall. I know Blaine Keys. You see Chris Dodd. And that's Ryder Barnes there. But only unless this 53 runs out of fuel, Dan Park will win NRLOA Kickoff 2016. But we're going to be a couple laps before we get to the official finish of this one. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the final caution here at Atlanta. I'm going to do the spectator cam on this one because the contact happens right when the camera is directly looking at it, directly down the racetrack. So a very interesting crash here, but I think I did it again. Matt Tuck was trying to come down the pit lane, but he was on the outside, and Chessman Pokey was to the inside of him. Justin Roberts involved. Blaine Keys, nowhere to go. That's a tough break for the 8. You see the 25. Cody Smart with a hard hit there from the 8. I thought Marty Johnson was going to win the race off the pit lane. It happened to be that Alonso won the race off at the pit lane, but other guys stayed out. Oh, you see Max Neuwirth getting pile driven by Tyler already and those guys, and see the 61 slide through the infield there. Cody Sill in the 36 was also involved a little bit. A tough break for those guys, and the defending winner of this race, Justin Roberts, was also involved. You see Nathan Stapleton, Ryder Barnes. Tough break for all those guys. They could have won this thing if this thing happened to go green to the end, but getting involved late in the going here at Atlanta. Replay this in real time, and Matt Tuck, he was the first guy I saw go around, and he was the first guy to go around into the outside wall hard, and there's just nowhere to go for these guys. Cody Sill pushes Stapleton in the Blaine Keys there, and you just see the carnage happen. You see Chris Dodd in the 32 also go around there. And Tyler already as well. Tough break for all those guys involved. Now, the guy who won the race off the pit road was the 14 of Hergel Arvin Alonso. I thought Marty Johnson had won the race off because he was the first guy to come in, as you see him right behind the 14 there. But Alonso did beat him. And I thought, okay, everybody who didn't make their pit stop there under the green flag is going to come in. When I saw NOAA Cars come in, and you're going to see these guys here come in, but not everybody comes in. It's only NOAA Cars, Louis Torres, Christian Master, and Jacob Holmes who come in. They didn't think they can make it to the end with all the caution laps to end the race, but Dan Park thinks he can. But can he? That's the big question here. If he can't, Chessman Pokey's running in second place. This is his first ever start, by the way. Really haven't talked about him that much, but he's running there in second place. William Brock found his way up to third at the end of all that. And Justin Roberts, even though he was involved in that crash, he's running in fourth place right now. Cody Smart also up here. He's going to be fifth in the number 19. Well, let's go ahead and see if Dan Park can, in fact, stay out in the number 53. We're just going to go ahead and accelerate it because I'm feeling lazy right now. I want to get to this race because Chase Elliott's doing a good job in that 24. Has Brad Keselowski made a pit stop yet? Because if he hasn't, then that means that Chase Elliott's going to be the leader, and that's awesome. Has Keselowski come in yet, or did Keselowski just get a really good stop? I really haven't been paying attention. But anyways, that already happened. You guys already know what happened in that race, but we don't quite know yet in this one. Dan Park in the number 53 stayed out there under the caution. We're not going to get back to racing, but will he be able to stay out? Because these guys were coming in to start the last cycle of pit stops there. They were cutting it close on fuel there. That's why NOAA Cars and those guys came in there. Nonetheless, NOAA Cars are going to get a great finish 6th, but then again, this is a special event. The only thing that matters in a special event is winning. Anyways, Dan Park is going to take the white flag under caution. We are not going to get back to racing in this one, unfortunately. This will end under caution, but we'll see if that 53 can make it to the end. Let me just accelerate a little bit more. What's the point of doing all this? But we've had it happen before. I think Biff Crafton, remember Indianapolis in season number 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Jared Holmes won that race, not the Jacob Holmes racing in this one. But if you remember that race, Biff Crafton won. I mean, we were not going to get back to racing, but he came down the pit lane, and that's exactly what's happening here. He's not able to do it. Dan Park's not going to win. He's coming down the pit lane. Or is he? He's out of fuel. I don't know. Will he make it? Or will Pokey get to him? Dan Park is not going to win. Chespin Pokey, I don't know. They're side by side under caution. Chespin Pokey's going to win it. Are you kidding me? Okay, we had like 5 guys we thought were going to win this race until we got the actual winner. Dan Park running out of fuel right at the end of this one. You see him in the 53. He came oh so close, but he could not do it. And Chespin Pokey in his first ever start here on Napa Fan's going to get it done in the number 6. That was crazy, okay? I have never seen anything like that before. Anything at all. At first, we thought that Noah Cars was going to get the win. Then he came down the pit lane. I assumed that everybody was going to come down. I knew that Marty Johnson was the first guy to come in the pit lane. And I thought Marty Johnson was going to win, but Sergio Larva and Alonso beat him. I thought Alonso was going to win, but then I realized that Dan Park and a lot of those guys who had not made their first pit stop yet had not come down the pit lane with Noah Cars and the rest of those guys. So then we thought Dan Park was going to win. But in the end, Chespin Pokey surprises us all. It gets it done in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. It doesn't get any crazier than that. Dan Park finishes second. He ran out of fuel. Technically, that means that he's relinquishing, I can't even say that word, relinquishing his lead to the number 6. They were side by side at the line under caution. That just doesn't even make sense. I don't even know anymore. This was a great race, though. Chespin Pokey, the winner in the Jacksonville Jaguars machine. That's like the worst team in the NFL, by the way. William Brock, he was third. Justin Roberts, the defending winner of this race, ends up fourth. Cody Smart, Noah Cars, Christian Master, Luis Torres, Sergio Larva and Alonso, and Marty Johnson, the top 10. And all those guys getting involved in crashes here today. We had that early crash. Then we had one kind of midway through, and then we had that one at the end that ended this thing under caution and caused one of the craziest finishes we'll ever see under caution. But I'm pretty sure Chespin Pokey's pretty happy about it. Getting the win here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. I would like to apologize to all the guys I thought were going to win this race. Marty Johnson, Sergio Larva and Alonso, Noah Cars, and Dan Park. I'm sorry. I thought all 4 of them were going to win at one point in this race near the end. But in the end, the number 6 surprises us all and gets it done here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're not going to see it finish like that every day. You're just not. But anyways, congratulations to Chespin Pokey for getting the win here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the next race you guys will see next weekend is the 90 Minutes of Riverside at the Riverside International Raceway for the first race in the Kubota Sports Car Championship. You thought this race was long, that one's going to be a little bit longer there in California. But anyways, congratulations to Chespin Pokey for getting the win here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. And that is it for me until next week. And once we're done next week, that'll be it for me until 2 weeks from then. But the next event you'll see is the qualifying for the Kubota Sports Car Championship from Riverside. And then Saturday morning next weekend, you will see the 90 Minutes of Riverside race from the Riverside International Raceway in the Kubota Sports Car Championship. But anyways, that's it for me. Watch some college football. If you like college football just as much as I do, I know what you're going to be doing, and you're going to be watching football all day. If you're an Alabama fan like me, you are not doing anything at all tonight, as we are playing USC, and we are going to beat them, hopefully. I might be wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, I'm not going to be happy. Not going to be happy at all. But hey, I know it could be obnoxious for some of you guys that I am an Alabama fan, but I really don't care. I love Bama, and I always will, no matter what college I go to. I'm going to be a Bama fan my whole life. But anyways, congratulations to Jessamine Pokey for getting the win here in NRLOA Kickoff 2016. And that is it for me. I will see you guys later.